of the great confidence we should have in Mary, because she is the Queen of Mercy. The Holy Church justly honors the great Virgin Mary, and would have her honored by all men with the glorious title of Queen, because she has been elevated to the dignity of Mother of the King of Kings. If the Son is King, says St. Athanasius, his mother must necessarily be considered and entitled Queen. From the moment that Mary consented, adds St. Bernardine of Siena, to become the mother of the eternal Word, she merited the title of Queen of the world and all creatures. If the flesh of Mary, says St. Arnold, Abbot, was the flesh of Jesus, how can the mother be separated from the Son in his kingdom? Hence it follows that the regal glory must not only be considered as common to the mother and the Son, but even the same. If Jesus is the King of the whole world, Mary is also Queen of the whole world. Therefore, says St. Bernardine of Siena, all creatures who serve God ought also to serve Mary, for all angels and men, and all things that are in heaven and on earth, being subject to the dominion of God, are also subject to the dominion of the glorious Virgin. Hence Garrick, Abbot, thus addresses the Divine Mother. Continue, Mary, continue in security to reign. Dispose, according to thy will, of everything belonging to thy Son. For thou, being mother and spouse of the King of the world, the kingdom and power over all creatures is due to thee as Queen. Mary, then, is Queen, but let all learn for their consolation that she is a mild and merciful Queen, desiring the good of us poor sinners. Hence the Holy Church bids us salute her in this prayer, and name her the Queen of Mercy. The very name of Queen signifies, as Blessed Albertus Magnus remarks, compassion and provision for the poor, differing in this from the title of Empress, which signifies severity and rigor. The greatness of kings and queens consists in comforting the wretched, as Seneca says, so that whereas tyrants, in reigning, have only their own advantage in view, kings should have for their object the good of their subjects. Therefore at the consecration of kings, their heads are anointed with oil, which is the symbol of mercy, to denote that they, in reigning, should above all things cherish thoughts of kindness and beneficence towards their subjects. Kings should then principally occupy themselves with works of mercy, but not to the neglect of the exercise of justice towards the guilty when it is required. Not so Mary, who, although Queen, is not Queen of justice, intent upon the punishment of the guilty, but Queen of Mercy, solely intent upon compassion and pardon for sinners. Accordingly, the Church requires us explicitly to call her Queen of Mercy. The High Chancellor of Paris, John Gerson, meditating on the words of David, "These two things have I heard, that power belongeth to God, and mercy to thee, O Lord," says, that the kingdom of God consisting of justice and mercy, the Lord has divided it,